Hello, Smite fans, and welcome to the final week of the Smite Oceania Pro League. I'm Fusey. Joining me on the commentary desk tonight is Alpha Juggler, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at our first matchup of the night, Tainted Minds and Avant Garde. So, Alpha, talk to me about Tainted Minds.
Well, Tainted Minds, they've had a terrific so far. They're 3-1, only losing that one set to Pandemonium. They actually managed to take a game off them, which puts Avant Garde in the unfortunate situation of not being able to qualify for LAN. The Tainted Minds, all they have to do is win one game, just one game out of the entire set, and they will be going to LAN to face Pandemonium.
And that's exactly right. They don't need to win this set. They just need to win one game, take it away from Avant Garde, and spoil the resurging Direwolves. So our other game of the night is going to be Direwolves taking on Sin Gaming. Direwolves need to win that one 2-0 and pray that the result in this one goes their way, with Avant Garde getting a 2-0 in order for them to head to the CGPL LAN after what was essentially a terrible start to the split, starting off 1-4, but Super Week seemed to just bring about new energy into that squad.
Yeah, they certainly had an unfortunate start against Tainted Minds with some connection issues forcing them to lose that set 2-1. But they certainly had that resurgence against Avant Garde and Trident Esports. Now they face Sin Gaming, who have to hope for a miracle to be able to finish above Avant Garde. It's going to be unfortunate for them going into relegation because they look all but set for 5th.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start up our picks and bans here, guys. What are you expecting to see out of these squads? I'm expecting a very similar kind of style between from what Tainted Minds has usually shown us, and they prioritize Guan Yu a lot.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see either a Guan Yu ban by Avant Garde or a very quick by Tainted Minds. On the side of Avant Garde, I'm expecting more of a cohesive, team-oriented team draft to see Bologna and Chiron taking off the table.
So Chiron taking that one away from Gruff. That's been probably his most played god, if I recall my facts from Timmy's awesome spreadsheet correctly. Odin taken away now by Tainted Minds. That's pretty much... they don't want to have that in the solo lane up against Guan Yu if they do choose to pick that one. Avant Garde looking for their final ban here. Interested to see what it would be.
I'm going to have to say it's going to be a Capri. You can't let that through. And there we go. It is going to be banned away. They lose Athena, Guan Yu, and Resurgent Apollo is open as well. Don't forget Goldenbar having a massive change, meaning he's now one of the top ADCs in the game again.
Alrighty, Tainted Minds first pick. There is the Guan Yu we talked about so heavily pre-game. We can put that on Ardivine or straight in the jungle, but we've seen it only be played by Ardivine from the side of Tainted Minds. Other teams have put him in the jungle, but that heal, once you get it towards the late game, can just be devastating in sieging down towers and the like. Avant Garde now going to pick up Athena and Sol.
Sol, a great flex pick, can go over to the ADC or mid-roll. Seen a couple players play him in this player in the solo lane, but I don't think she's going to go there. And Athena, global presence around the map, one of the top supports in the game. That taunt on such a low cooldown, it's unreal. A great pickup.
Sobek and Thor picked up now. Now, this is particularly interesting because we've seen Ardivine play Sobek before in the solo lane, so we could possibly be seeing a Guan Yu support, although I doubt it. Tomolomi prefers his Guardians. Amaterasu now picked up by Avant Garde.
One of the strangest gods out there, considering a lot of people hold her in high regard, and others seem to just say, well, she's pretty much average. Mouse actually not going to be receiving his Janus banned away by his own team, Avant Garde.
So I expect then, if Janus is being taken away, he'll either play Isis or take that Soul into the mid lane.
Yeah, that to me does seem like Sol is definitely going to go into the mid lane. They're still looking for the Hunters, are both teams, so I imagine both of them will leave the stronger ones up. Hu Yi's going to be taken off the board. It's a good ban, I'd say.
It's a good ban because Gruff doesn't play it and Rob Diggity plays it very well, so it's more of a target ban rather than necessarily the strength of the god itself. Isis now taken away by Avant Garde, so that pretty much all but confirms Sol for the mid lane for them. Looking now for Tainted Minds' final ban, could look to take away an assassin here, and that's what they do, is they take away Hornbats from Liquid Renegade.
Avant Garde already have such a huge teamfight presence. Hornbats would just compound on that and make sure Tainted Minds couldn't really look for an extended engagement, so it's a good ban by them. Option back over to Avant Garde. Did they pick up the Hunter or Jungler here? And, well, the answer for me, it's going to be Neath.
So, Neath has been played mid. We've seen the likes of Zeros over in EU play that. We've even seen a little bit of it here in OCE, but it's more of a Rob Diggity character to me than Mouse. I would definitely say Sol should go towards mid. We can see Tainted Minds now going to pick up Apollo and Noir. So Apollo for Gruff there. As you mentioned, the recent changes to Goldenbow have made him a bit more strong, a bit more... Well, he's already viable, but just even more powerful than he was.
And a final pick over Avant is going to be that Circuit, recently receiving a few buffs of her own, making her a very deadly character. But yeah, back to Hollow. The Golem mode changes, meaning he can clear the way very efficiently with his basic attacks. And on Audacity means he procs it twice as fast than any other hunter in the laning phase. So expect to see more Apollo in the coming weeks.
I really like the Zerket pick here at the end by Avant-Garde, especially going into a Guan Yu. It's good to have some anti-heal on your team, especially with Sobek taken away by Tainted Minds as well. That's one of the and Odin as well, like two of the characters with the strongest anti-heal in the game. Having the Zerket there means she's going to have to be targeting the Guan Yu early in these team fights, or the team fights around a mid-game anyway. But let's go ahead and take a look at our sides here. So, as we head into game, on the left side of your screen, it is going to be Tainted Minds, hoping to get their way to land. In the solo lane, we have got Idivine on Guan Yu. In the jungle, it's Shred on Thor. Slicey is in the mid lane as Nuwa. Topolomu and Gruff are your duo lane as Sobek and Apollo.
And on the side of Avant-Garde, they're the red Chaos side of this game. It's El Chuckles in the solo lane with Amaterasu. Liquid Renegade going to be playing the Circuit jungle. Mouse in the mid lane with Soul, leaving Tomahawk and Rob Diggity defending that duo lane as Athena and Neath. Oh, it's a very interesting start coming out from Tomahawk, though. He's gone into the Curse. Typically, we see Shells coming out for the supports, considering how much defense it gives your team early, but both supports starting going to go for the aggressive start.
On the side of Avant-Garde, Tomahawk's pickup means that they're already looking towards this Guan Yu. They recognize the dangers of Sealand, so this seems to be me, like they're saying, we're ready for this, you know, come at us, we'll stop you. On the side of Tainted Minds, though, I really like this. You hit a Sobek pluck, tail whip, and then go into and then use the curse to slow him down. It's going to be very difficult to get away, especially if you get ganked by a Thor.
It's a very interesting stuff for Gruff, though. We talked a bit about the Golden Bow being buffed, but instead he's gone straight into a Death Toll and Boots, going the more traditional Apollo start we saw before the buffs.
Pretty standard starts from both teams here. In fact, mirror starts almost. The side of Avant-Garde took the back camps instead of the left-hand side mid camps, which do fall to Tainted Minds.
Yeah, that means Guan Yu is going to hit level 2 before he gets to lane, giving him a slight advantage in experience. Needs to make sure that he gets there and pressures out El Chuckles early, because Amaterasu, once she gets a foothold in the lane, it's very difficult to dislodge her.
You can see left-hand side mid camps now started up by Tainted Minds. Avant-Garde do want to contest this, however. Mouse has come in, along with Liquid Renegade. He is on that soul, as we guessed correctly during the pre-game. Neath going the way of Rob Diggity, and it looks to me that did they fall the way of Avant or Tainted?
I've had a quick look at the graphs now, and it's looks like they both went the way of Tainted. Likely just hitting level 3, Shred hitting level 3 as well. Meanwhile, yeah. Mouse and Liquid Renegade still level 2, despite the fact they cleared half the wave that's available to them.
Liquid missed his taunt there onto Shred, who was able to his Berserk's Barrage to take Mouse down to about half health. Look at the duo side of things. Tomahawk plucked under the tower, now taking a lot of damage. Manages to get out okay, though, uses a healing potion to start regenerating some of that lost health. But prior to that, Avant-Garde have been pressuring up Gruff and Tomolomu nicely, as you would expect from any lane with a Neath in it.
And he's one of the best at clearing the waves. You expect Sobek, though, to really try and have some counter-aggression if they push up too hard, which Tomahawk did do just then. Rob Tiggity's got to be very careful as well. He may have a backflip, but there's still a lot of CC chain that could come out to really pressure him and take him down to about 10% HP.
Right, Shred's rotated over to the solo side of things now, looking to help Idivine farm up a bit here in the early game, get some pressure back onto Chuckles, and get that Guan Yu towards that mid-late stage of the game where he really starts to shine with his heals.
Despite the fact that Idivine got to lane at first, El Chuckles is actually going to be pressured out here on the duo side, spin to win, and should be first blood.
Yeah, he's taken down there. Slicey went up with the fire shards as well, just to confirm that one. First blood, coming the way of Tainted Minds, and starting off in the manner I expect that they hope to finish. Very good pressure there by Shred. A pre-level 5 gank from the Thor.
Yeah, it's very odd to see Thor managing to get a successful gank off pre-level 5, although it was onto the solo lane who don't really expect there to be a jungler coming into their lane at this point in the game. So a well-timed gank there for Shred means that Idivine gets the advantage that he needs going up against this Amaterasu.
US side of things now, Rob Diggity pressuring onto Tomolomu here. He's taken under half health. Ruff running away from the wave here. Level 5 advantage in this lane at the moment, going the way of Avant-Garde, but Tainted Minds should hit that after this Demi minion wave that's going through now.
I expect Tainted Minds to be pressuring this dual lane a lot. One of the best things about this Neath Athena dual lane is the fact that they can have global presence on any lane as Idivine takes out El Chuckles yet again.
Yeah, Shred came dunking down there from the sky, picks up the solo lane again, so this is very much Tainted Minds' game plan, and it's semi-styled on the old AFK start, which last year's Avant Garde did, which was basically get your jungler to camp the solo lane, get your solo laner ahead, and then they'll carry you.
Well, one of the best solo laners at getting a lot of team pressure out went ahead is that Guan Yu, so it makes perfect sense as Circuit leaps over the wall, looking for Shred as he was looking for the invade.
That was so unfortunate. He was trying to time it so Tomahawk would come crashing down just as he jumped over the wall and get some pressure onto Shred. Unfortunately, unable to do that, but they do secure the blue buff for themselves, which is a bit of a win for them there, as Divine was looking to take that one away. 4 men of Tainted Minds in the mid lane now, just pushing a minion wave under, getting some pressure in there. Now they're invading the red buff. I really like this call. Take some power away from the Soul, who's so strong in the early game.
Also denies experience to the Circuit, who can start to be a problem, especially when she can interrupt a lot of the channel abilities with her Last Breath ultimate. But a Gold Fury being started out here by Tainted Minds.
They've got the heals for this coming out of the Guan Yu. Tomahawk can take it up. He does have his Lurk in the Waters. They got secure as well. Tainted Mind takes it as Liquid Renegade jumps in. Takes so much damage there from Tomahawk's ultimate. Mouse looking to get some damage off as Divine is on the horse, looking to take down the Circuit. Tomahawk with a taunt doesn't manage to save his jungler. Divine takes some poke there from Mouse, but another kill going the way of Tainted Minds as the scoreboard reads 3-0.
And yeah, Liquid Renegade did manage to get his last ultimate onto Divine there, but not enough true damage coming through, unfortunately, at this early stage of the game to take down the Guan Yu. Tainted Minds have opened up quite a significant lead in this early game for the comp that they have. Take a look at the graphs. It's 1,500 experience, 2,000 gold, and Tomahawk getting aggressive onto slicing the mid lane.
They're looking for something here, not going to find it. Shred is here to support his mid laner if anything does start going down. Tomahawk is rotated in as well, and now Mouse could find himself on the end of some bad news, but Tomahawk misses the pluck. Doesn't use the tail whip as Mouse goes into that disapparate.
Yeah, that disapparate really one of the things that makes Sol such a unique character and so safe in the mid lane and in the ADC role. You can also get out of Odin cages, go through any player-made walls, so expect Thor to have a very difficult time ganking Mouse.
We can see Liquid now plucked there by Tomalomu. Slicey looking to deal some damage here. Just going to let him go by with a few basics. The minions not go where he wanted them to. Started actually attacking the minion wave instead of targeting out the jungler of Avant.
Gruff currently having his boots online, going straight into that Ig file, giving him a lot of boxing potential as the fight breaks out of the blue buff.
Tomahawk using the Defender of Olympus, trying to get out. Was over the wall where Liquid Renegade is, but Liquid Renegade taking a lot of hurt now. Neath ultimate comes in from Rob Digby. He's looking for Shred, but El Chuckles is the one in trouble. Protected, shredded by Idavine's Tail Assault, and the Soul Laner, Tainted Minds, picks himself up another kill.
That's the third death for El Chuckles, not having a great game right now, being focused to high heaven by Shred right now, and the entire team of Tainted Minds. But they are really looking to have Idivine rotate around the map as often as possible and help out in engaging a 4v5.
Not only is Divine one of Tainted Mind's best players, but El Chuckles is one of, if not the best player on Avant Garde. Sin against Sin especially, he was able to essentially carry that series for Avant Garde. So shutting him down, especially this early, is obviously part of Tainted Mind's game plan, as it should be anyone that's looking to take down Avant Garde.
I have a feeling that they should really be looking to focus a bit more on Mouse in that mid lane. Doesn't have Doom Orb online just yet, though I imagine he's going to go into it after he's finished up with these shoots on Magi, start to get a lot of power online. Will start to become a real problem in this mid game.
Taking a look at Shred, and he's going into the silver breastplate first here. Usually you see junglers go for the Jotun's Wrath before the breastplate, but I really like his decision here. He knows that Chuckles is going to be putting out some damage, especially if he's going to be ganking him early, get some protections to get that Soul Laner. And Rob Diggity's got a global ultimate that could hit him. He's attempting to gank, or has just initiated his gank, so some smart itemization there from the jungler of Tainted Minds.
What this also tells me is that he's not really going to be focusing on Mouse. He's going to be looking to gank the side lanes. Rob Diggity should be a bit scared of the potential pressure this Thor, as Mini's just up the mid lane, and Tainted Minds, they look for even more aggression into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, they're perhaps looking for a pick here. There's a large grouping of Avant Garde in this area. They've spotted out Chuckles rotating from the solo lane with that nicely placed sentry ward on the top right side of the mid lane. So they're just going to break off here and not really look for much. But Rob Diggity, Idivine's rotating to his lane. Maybe even Gruff are looking for something here. Protection shredded from the Tower Assault. Rob takes some hurt here, all for free. Doesn't even use his Unravel to heal up. He's looking to ultimate now. Slice using the fire shards. Mid lane as Shred comes crashing down. Liquid Renegade taking some punishment here, but so is Mouse. Wiggity Curse popped. Here comes the Neat ultimate. Hits Shred just at the end of his teleport. Chuckles picks up the kill, but Idivine takes down Mouse, and now Slicey being chased by El Chuckles.
He's in the cloud. He can't see him. Can Chuckles, and now the turnaround could possibly come out. The stun's going to miss, but blocked from iDivine there. And now he's on the horse looking to try and get the stun.
Chuckles nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. iDivine gets himself another kill, 402. Reads his slash line 6-1. Reads the score as we pass 8 minutes 30 in this match. And now Tainted Minds looking for this mid tower and looking for the victory. Trying to make sure that they ensure their spot at land.
Yeah, you really want to make sure you secure that as early as not having yourself to be forced into a situation where you have to win the next game or you face elimination. So it's a good spot right now for Tainted Minds. They take down the tier 1 in mid. A lot of a forward base potential lost for Avant there.
That combined with the Gold Fury means a 2200 gold difference is going the way of Tainted Minds and a 1400 experience difference as well. So a very nice position, as you mentioned, for them to be in at this stage in the game. Avant Alpha, what do they need to do to bring themselves back into this one?
They need to have a bit more protection onto Chuckles, I feel. Renegade hasn't really been as active as you'd like for a Circuit in the early game. Really needs to look to try and pressure on either Slicey or Gruff and force Shred to defend the left-hand side of the map rather than aggress on the right.
So you mentioned the fact that he went to the Circuit probably meant he was looking for the anti-heal to go off onto iDivine, but when iDivine starts building tanky, particularly because he is a solo laner, it's going to be very difficult for that Circuit to do much. I mentioned that needs to really be his targets at the start of these team fights. Before he starts building protections is the ideal time to do that. It's starting to get to the stage, though, where it's going to be a little bit too late to do that.
Yeah, it's going to have to really start to try and focus down the real damage dealers in these fights. iDivine certainly one of the heavyweight damage dealers as Athena ultimate does come out onto the left-hand side. Rob Diggity pressuring Gruff in his own jungle. I would expect a bit more pressure coming out onto Gruff and Slicey right now from Liquid Renegade. Especially considering Shred has shown that potential to go onto the right-hand side and really just stay there. Though it's a free gank in my opinion.
The left-hand side has been largely untouched by Liquid Renegade, showing more of a proclivity to stay around the mid lane, farm up a little bit rather than necessarily gank. He's been around the objectives, he's been around the buff camps and stuff, trying to help his team either invade or secure their own buffs, but as far as ganking goes, we haven't seen too much out of it from what's usually a very aggressive jungler.
Yeah, and I can't really see who's going to win this if it does go into late game. Both teams are even, considering Thor's going straight up into the air as Tainted Minds aggress on the Gold Fury.
Chuckles in the ultimate there, stuns out Gruff and iDivine. Ice Shards come down, neat ultimate as well, searching for Gruff, but it can't make its way through the mess that is Tainted Minds. Tomahawk dashes away, but Liquid Renegade's picked up. Chuckles falls down to iDivine. iDivine looking for Mouse here as Rob Diggity picks up Shred, but Mouse is take it down. iDivine's got himself a double kill. Rob Diggity looking for a path out, but he's not going to get it. Sanctuary's away. A lot of damage there. Keeps himself alive just for a moment, but Tomahawk plucks him back, plucks him into death. Tomahawk, the only member left alive for Avant as Tainted Minds search for the Gold Fury.
iDivine is unstoppable in this Guan Yu, having a terrific game so far, really putting the team on his back, saying, well, I'm going to make sure I get to land. I don't know about you guys, as we're going to take down this Gold Fury, and we're just going to push up whatever we can, invade as aggressively as possible, and shut down Chuckles.
Gold Fury goes to Tainted Minds. Tomahawk looking perhaps to steal that one at the last second, but it's not going to be. Flung back into the damage. Mezzed out by Apollo. Dashing away. Knocked up by the tail whip. His jungler's there to save him. And you mentioned iDivine saying, I want to go to LAN. The interesting thing about Tainted Minds is iDivine is the only one that's been to LAN. So maybe he's got that hunger in him, saying, I was on that stage once. I want to be there again. And I want to take you guys with me, and you can experience that magical journey with me.
Well, you can't discredit Shred. He's had a great involvement in this game so far. Really driving force by iDivine being this far ahead. And, well, Shred's coming straight down onto the ground again. Not going to be finding Chuckles and Gruff. He's running out of mana in that ultimate.
Yeah, he was just looking to get out. He was pressured up onto the tower line there. Smart call there by Tainted Minds. They didn't have many of their ultimates up, ready to go. And Shred was forced into his one early. Gruff was forced into his one early. So rather than taking a disadvantageous fight, especially on low mana, they choose to disengage, try and defend a tower.
I really like the decision from Avant here. They realized Tainted Minds were low on health and mana, respectively, on some of their characters. So they know they can take this fight as a full 5-man force, especially underneath the tower. Tomolulu forcing them off, though, without looking in the waters.
Righty, we see Avant, 5-man grouping, left-hand side. 5-man of Tainted Minds here at this point. We can see Divine dashing in there, taking a lot of damage. Liquid Renegade, ultimate seems to reduce all of the healing onto that Guan Yu, but Liquid Renegade caught in his ambush form, falls down there to Idivine. Chuckles with the ultimate. Idivine dashes away, but still gets caught in the stun. Gruff picks up Tomahawk on the left-hand side. It's a 5-on-3 situation at the moment, and Avant Garde just running back to their own side of the map.
Tomahawk was surrounded by 4 members of Tainted Minds, just got CC chained to death. It's great mechanical play coming out from Tainted Minds as they're just waiting for the minions to come off cooldown and push into this tower. They're going to take it down for free. They're going to back off now. I don't know if I agree with that decision. Liquid Renegade and Tomahawk still have some respawn time as they could have potentially looked to get this tier 2, but instead they're going to invade the jungle.
Dread going up into the ultimate, perhaps looking for Mouse or Chuckles here. Chuckles dashes away from the stun, gets hit by the wall though. Tomahawk's Defender of Olympus comes crashing down as well, but really a little bit too late there. And now we can see Tainted Minds taking away the left-hand side camps. I was just speaking before about the LAN experience of Idivine. He's the only one on Tainted Minds that's played a LAN. Gruff did go as a coach, but, you know, it's not really the same thing as playing on the stage. When you look at the side of Avant Garde, though, they're the only squad in all of OCE that all 5 members have played in a LAN environment, but that experience doesn't seem to be serving them too well here.
I think they've just decided, well, we got to try and do something here. We got to try and make sure we get off to a good start. And maybe they're slightly on tilt, who knows? Considering they've got a mountain to climb. They have to rely on Sin Gaming to do them a favor to even have a chance. They even can't qualify even, can Avant Garde, because they don't have a great enough win-loss record.
Yeah, they falling down to Direwolves last week 2-0 really hurt their chances. They did manage to pick up a win against Sin Gaming 2-0, but even just taking one game off of Direwolves would have still kept them in contention. Unfortunately, though, they are out of the running at the moment, just looking for a better relegation seeding, essentially.
And yeah, they can finish third. They do win 2-0 here, and Direwolves fail to take a single game off Sin Gaming. So there's still potential to give themselves the best possible matchup in the relegations. But right now, it looks all Tainted Minds' way.
Right, we can see now Tomalamu in the jungle around his blue buff. 4 members of Avant Garde in the mid lane. Unable to find Slicey there as he throws out the clay soldiers. Let's take a look at our player damage here. We can see Idivine on top, Mouse following in second. Engagement now on the right-hand side. Mid-camps, Chuckles taking pretty low. Gruff taunted in there by Tomahawk. Down, lurking the waters of Tomalamu. Shred comes crashing down. Mouse taken very low as he sanctuaries away into the incorporeal form. Weakening Curse pop. Double Weakening Curse pop. Chuckles taken low. Slicey picks up with a shiny metal. Rob Diggity, though, picked up Tomalamu on the side. Tainted Minds running away now, but Gruff is coming through the skies.
Yeah, he went back to base, being out by Liquid Renegade, doing so much damage with that last breath ultimate. It's going to come into the fight, landing down on 3 people. Liquid Renegade going to fall instantly, and now the fight continues.
And now that you can see the heals of Idivine really making their mark in this one. Tainted Minds taken very low at various stages, but that Guan Yu heal coming out on such a low cooldown that it is combined with his Breastplate of Valor and the blue buff he did just have on him that's just one off. He's going to be spurting that out very quickly.
Yeah, I believe it's every seconds if you got 40% CDR, so it's a very effective heal tool for sieging. Now they're going to take down this right side tier 2. I said tier 1, sorry. Tier 2 now open to each and every single lane for Tainted Minds to take down. It's going to look very... It's going to take a lot for Avant Garde to really defend those at this.
Definitely. Let's take a look now. Player healing, almost 12,000 done by Idivine as we hit the 17-minute mark in the game. So it's definitely been of great effect. Anti-heal on the side of Avant Garde, not there, not online just of yet. We can see Tomahawk's got the Silver Talisman, could be looking for a Pestilence for that one, or maybe a Bulwark. Ooh. Rob Diggity caught out on the left-hand side. In between 3 members of Avant, backflips over Gruff's damage, but Shred comes crashing down. There's the Saket ultimate as well, Sanctuary for Rob Diggity, but it's not enough to save him. Liquid Renegade forced to jump away as well. Tomalamu was lurking in the waters, didn't really need it there, but he's got his full mana, so he'll be okay with that one.
Well executed gank there by Tainted Minds, making sure that they pressure Neath into a situation where she was basically non-guaranteed any form of escape, and now they're just pressuring onto the Gold Fury now after getting that pick.
Gold Fury should fall the way of Tainted Minds here. They even take away the red buff of Avant Garde. There's not really much steal potential on the side of Avant Garde that's around the Gold Fury as Mouse is back in base. Vine zoning out Avant Garde. Tainted Minds take it down. Shuckles forced to dash away at this point. Should be able to get himself back under the tower, but take a look at our graphs now. It is 11,000 the experience difference, 9,000 the gold.
That experience difference is really showing, especially in the mid lane. As Slicey, Avelov's head of Mouse supply. Shred's going into the air, diving underneath the tower.
Oh my
Mouse and El
goodness.
Juggle's instantly blown up.
Deletion there of 2 members of Avant Garde. 3 left to defend this tier 2 tower. It's not even worth it as it falls. Rob Diggity now taken under half health. Backflips away with his purification as Liquid Renegade flung back into all of the damage. Tomolomu credited with that one. And now a Phoenix is the new target of Tainted Minds. They should be able to take down this middle Phoenix with little to no trouble at all.
Sprint was popped there by Gruff to make sure they have the mobility to just count as much damage as possible. Phoenix does fall. Now they're going to go into the right-hand side jungle. Potential Fire Giant coming out, or are they just going to go for the safe option of the tower? They do have the minions out from Slicely.
Oh, look at that. Minion AI OP heading back towards the Phoenix instead of the tower right in front of them.
You gotta love the AI. They're so
Nice.
helpful every single time.
That's one of the eighth wonder of the world, ladies and gentlemen, is the coding for the newer clay soldiers.
They always do what the enemy wants them to do, but never do what you want them to do.
Unless they're on the enemy team, in which case they're geniuses.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, all 4 members of Tainted Minds are back. Divine, the only one who stayed, and now the Fire Giant attempt coming out from Avant Garde. This is very risky. It's an all-in-play coming out right now.
And the fact that Divine is here, and look, they've turned their attention completely to Divine, trying to take him down here rather than go for the Gold Fury. They should be able to pick him up, and they do, but at the cost of the Gold Fury. Liquid Renegade now being chased away. Sorry, no, not being chased away. Looking to aggress onto Gruff here. Takes him very low here. Here with Chuckles. Should be able to pick him up. Neath what was there for the skill, but Chuckles picks him up regardless. Shred chasing after Tomahawk. Tomahawk dashes away. So a bit of a win there for Avant Garde. No, Mouse now walled off from his base in the mid lane. Oh, Shred, that was an odd teleport.
Yeah, he tried to teleport in to get the Berserk's Barrage off, but Mouse with a good use of Sanctuary. Nice that play. Shred, though, good pressure there, forcing out 2 members of Avant Garde and making sure this Fire Giant attempt was all for nothing. They did lose Gruff and Divine, though, so a bit of a win there for Avant Garde as they look to try and get themselves back into this game.
Right, we could see all 5 members of Avant Garde pushing down the mid lane. Mouse at half health, that could disappear very quickly under the pressure of a Thora. Luckily, Shred does have it up back in a few seconds. Warding does Avant Garde. They're diving under the tower, but Shred is up in the air and he's looking for blood. He goes onto Mouse, spin to win, but Mouse barely makes it out alive. Divine stuns out Rob Diggity, looking for Mouse, shredding him with a Tower Assault, and just before he can evaporate, he takes down the mid laner of Avant Garde. And now Tainted Minds is on the hunt as Slicey picks up Rob Diggity, and this could be the closing stages of the game.
Could very well be the Titan not at its weakest, but it's still certainly not at its strongest. Just 1 tower and 2 Phoenixes remain. Instead, they're going to go for the Fire Giant and make sure that they can take down those objectives as quickly as possible and really put the hurt onto Avant Garde. Teleport coming in from El Chuckles, but that's teleported to death.
He's using his ultimate now, looking to stun someone out or get them off the Fire Giant. He does successfully distract them from that objective, but they turn their attention straight back to it now. And this is really where kind of the strategies between OC and other regions differ, as most regions prefer to fight under Phoenix than Fire Giant, but now Avant Garde looking like they are choking here. Liquid Renegade, Sanctuaries there, away from a lot of the damage. Shred crashing down onto El Chuckles, walls him in, spin to win, looking to take him down, flicked back is the solo laner, and he falls down to Slicey. Tainted Minds a little bit indecisive now, but choosing now to go for the Phoenix.
And a hot meditate coming out from Divine, giving them even more healing, even more siege potential. Tomahawk gonna get stunned out. Good shell, and flung back into the jaws of despair is Tomahawk.
Slicey picks him up. Right hand side, Phoenix now. Power for Tainted Minds. Gruff looking to take down that objective. He's got Shin Size online, as well as some penetration coming out from RC. A lot of attack speed to take down that Phoenix, and penetration as well, but Liquid Renegade picks up Shred. Nice little kill there. That'll serve him well if this game goes on any longer. Right hand side, Phoenix falls down. Rob Diggity backing away from the Clay Soldiers now. Tainted Minds are backing away from the Phoenix. And I reckon they should just back and buy here. They've all got a decent amount of gold in hand. Low on mana, low on... well, really all their ultimates are up, actually, but back, buy, come back in, and just take an advantageous fight.
You can see Avant Garde's mid Phoenix has a resource, so that's 2 Phoenixes up right now for Avant Garde. So the Titan is not going to heal, even though it's still at full health, but there's going to be no 5 minutes coming out through that mid lane. I imagine that's where Tainted Minds are going to go straight down at that lane next and look to just take down that weak Phoenix and possibly push in for the win.
They could do that. They could try and take the Fire Giant, but As you said, I imagine they take the middle Phoenix, go for the Fire Giant, then sweep up the left-hand side and try and win. That seems to me just kind of the safest plan, and that's got what Tainted Minds has got to be thinking at this point is, let's just play it safe, play it methodical, we've got the lead, we can do this, just keep pushing forward, don't throw.
Oh, Liquid Renegade has 100% CDR, has not gone into any damage outside of the Ocean's Wrath. He's now trying to go into the crit at 23 and a half minutes into the game. It's very late, this crit coming out for Circuit.
Is indeed. Gold 3 started off by Tainted Minds, get some more gold in their pocket and take it away potentially from Avant as Rob Diggity pushing up very deep there, trying to see where Tainted Minds was. Then, boy, did he find him stunned out there by Divine, and he can't even heal himself, falls down pretty quickly there to Gruff. Shred now keeping Tomahawk away from the fight, and Tainted Minds pushing for that middle Phoenix. Heals coming out from Divine are enough to keep the team healthy as they take this objective now. Mouse forced a Sanctuary Wave but picked up by Gruff as they turn their attention back onto the middle Phoenix. It falls down, and now they are looking for the left-hand side tier 2.
Yeah, very conventional play coming out from Tainted Minds here, very conservative, not going for the greedy plays of trying to end the game straight away, instead making sure that they do this methodically, get every single objective down off the map, and then push for the win. I mean, it gives them the best chance of taking out this game and sealing their spot at LAN.
Shell pop there. Liquid Renegade flung back, deleted off the map. El Chuckles gets a nice 3-man ultimate there, stunning out 3 of them. Curse is popped. Chuckles forced to run away now. Left-hand side, Phoenix falls down. Tainted Minds are backing off now, and looking like they're all just going to go for pushing up the mid lane maybe, or go straight for the Fire Giant. I think that's the call at the moment. They're trying to make, like, do we just push in for the win, get a pick and win, or do we just go for the Fire Giant?
I think get the Fire Giant, allow Waves to start pushing up each of the lanes and making sure that they have the best possible chance of taking down this Titan. A couple of members dip back to finish up their 5th items. The Shred already has a Magi Splashing and is going into his final item, which I imagine is going to be a Titan's Bane. He's very dangerous at this point in the game.
Slicey has not died yet, 6-0 and 16, and sitting top of the player damage charts. He's got himself the Soul Reaver on live now, so look for those Clay Soldiers Shining Metal combo to be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it seems strange to me that Circuit, one of the most effective gankers onto gods like Noir and gods like Apollo, has not been effective in this game. It just seems to be of a wasted pick.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, you pick Circuit for the anti-heal, and you pick her for the gank potential. Oh, did Slicey steal that?
Yeah, he stole it.
He stole the blue buff. Just a little bit of added salt to the wounds there. But you pick Circuit to get some gank crushing, you pick her for the anti-heals, that he really hasn't accomplished either of those two things.
Shred going straight up into the air, making sure to zone out any potential steal coming out. Is he going to go pushing down onto Mouse in the middle? No. He's just in for a massive ward, essentially.
Yeah, I really like that. You can use that, or you can use the newer Fire Shards. I like the fact that they're saving the Fire Shards, though, for a team fight. While a Thor Initiate is one of the best Initiates in the game, they're not really looking... they've got other options that they're grouping up as 5. I mean, you can choose to waste that rather than the newer Fire Shard. If you're at the tail end of a fight, especially pushing up into the Titan, you can finish off an opponent there. Mouse taken very low as the right-hand side Phoenix falls another time. Up go the Fire Shards. Will Mouse fall down before he gets to the base? No, he manages to disapparate. Tomahawk taken pretty low here, looking like he's about to fall down, and Gruff picks him up with an in-hand. Liquid Renegade uses the ultimate just before he dies. Shell is popped, though, by Tainted Minds as the Titan is starting to take some damage. Mouse trying to defend desperately along with Chuckles and Rob Diggity, but it's not going to be enough. Divine gets himself one final kill as the Titan falls down. GG to Tainted Minds, and Divine, his slash line 10, 1, and 17, part of all but one of the kills that Tainted Minds got.
That was an incredible performance from Tainted Minds, and just on that performance alone, you would recognize that they deserve their spot at LAN. Unfortunately for Direwolves, Avant couldn't quite pull out what was needed to give them a shot at going for that LAN spot, that 2nd place in this split. Though, gotta hand it to Divine. He had a fantastic game in that Guan Yu, and I expect that it's going to be banned out in the next game.
You mentioned during the game, we also have to give a lot of credit to Shred. And especially, well, the whole team of Tainted Minds, because they had a game plan from the start, which was an Divine rolling, and he will carry us. And that is what happened in that game. Slicey as well, not dying that entire game as a new is a very impressive feat as well. Avant-Garde, their team comp just didn't seem to fit together. You had the Athena taunts, but where was the damage to back it up? It just wasn't there.
For me, I like the Avant-Garde playstyle where they draft team-oriented comps. Your Yanis's, your Amaterasu's in that solo lane didn't quite perform this time, but the Hombaz in the jungle is a very good pickup, in my opinion, for that team. Instead, well, the next game is just going to be for bragging rights and a bit of seeding potential, so we're going to cut to a quick break and join you after that.